If you are not from Austria, you probably never heard about Baden, but this is going to change after this video, as I am going to show you why Baden is the perfect day trip destination from Vienna. You will also find out which famous person spent time in this renowned Austrian spa town. Welcome to Unexplored, the channel where I present you lesser known places in Eastern Europe and the world. So, without further ado, here are the 6 best places you can't miss during your trip to Baden. First up is the Old Town. The Old Town of Baden is rather small, but should not be missed, as walking through its narrow streets you will be transferred back in time. While Baden has a history of over 2000 years, as the Romans were the first ones to discover the healing effects of thermal baths, Baden was until the late 17th century a rather insignificant town. From the 18th century onwards, the city of Baden had its biggest development, as it was regarded as a royal spa town, and many members of the Habsburg family as well as other noble families stayed here for the healing effects of the thermal baths. This rapid development is nicely reflected in the architecture of the city center. Next up is the St. Steven Cathedral. This impressive Gothic cathedral dates back to the 14th century, but was restored in its current form in 1880. Inside it you will see the church's organ, where in 1791 the world-renowned composer Mozart played his composition Ave Verum for the first time. To visit the cathedral is of course free of charge. Next up is the casino. You may ask why I would include a casino in a video about the most important sites of a city. Well, firstly, if Baden is known for anything in Austria, then for its thermal baths and the casino. And secondly, this casino is actually the largest one, not only in Austria, but in the entirety of Europe. So if you're into casinos, you can go inside and play around the tour. In the back of the casino lies the Kur Park. Kur Park roughly means Cure Park and was mainly used by the guests of the thermal baths for recreational uses. This park was constructed in 1792 and is still open for public. You can easily spend a day here, but I would recommend going to the viewing platform, as from there you get the best views overlooking the entire city of Baden. Now I will present you another famous person who spent part of his life in Baden. It is none other than Beethoven. Beethoven spent periodically around 15 years of his life in Baden and stayed in this house from 1821 to 1823. It is here where he composed the famous 9th Symphony. The museum nicely shows you some of his personal belongings, as well as samples of some of his most famous compositions. Another interesting fact is that the Beethoven House is actually the oldest civilian building in Baden, as it was built in the 16th century and was continuously inhabited until 1962, when the local authorities bought the house and decided to make it a museum dedicated to Beethoven in 1989. The standard price to visit the house is €8, while reduced prices for students and children is €3. There are also guided tours which also cost just €3, but they are offered only on weekends at 2 p.m. Finally, we have the Rosarium. This rosary is very beautiful and unique, as it is the largest one in Austria with over 30,000 roses in it. The rosary is located in the Doppelhof Park, which also hosts a beautiful lake in the middle of it. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like it in the future, then please don't forget to subscribe, like and hit the notification bell in order to not miss any of my future videos, and see you next time.